All right, traders. Watch this video for Tuesday, November 20th. Quick reminder, we are in the middle of the Valentine's week, so volume's light. Still a pretty ugly day in the market. I can't remember, the Dow was down 400 points, something like that. Not even sure. As a trader, you know, we don't live and die by the Dow, but suffice it to say it was pretty ugly out there. Showing you the SPY here. I drew some lines at the 1 month high. When I say 1 month, I mean going back 1 month, and the 1 month recent low. And you can see now, I talked about in the video this weekend that we were kind of in the upper half, and now we're sort of heading down towards lows. Who knows if we're going to retest these lows, but it is a holiday week. All right, so real quick, if you want to go over some of the highlights from the chat room first, like for example, I posted this, I tweeted this, and I made a short video about NIO, how I got filled right here, 4 cents from the lows of this pullback and had a really nice move. You can see my bid filled at 752 right there. It wasn't just a random trade. I called it in chat and everything. And I'm not going to use these watch list videos to go over trades from the day anymore. So if you want to see why I call what I call, just go to the website, click on results. And then, let's see, we got 4 up there now. 4 up there now, but I'm going to keep adding. So this is going to be a page full of videos, and I'm trying to make them educational and show a little bit about why I trade what I trade. All right, so you can check that out if and when you want to. What am I watching for Tuesday? SONO gapped up on earnings on Friday, popped a little bit, then sold off, and now we've got more than a gap fill back down to the 20-day. I just think in the short term, after the gap up, we're oversold, and it's worth watching for a bounce. Not in love with the chart or anything, but you know, it's an anomaly, and I think it's worth watching for a bounce. TJX, which is TJ Maxx, has fallen from 56 pretty quickly over the last 6 or so sessions, getting close to the 200-day, which is at right now 47.40, and it's got a lot of trading that took place in this 48, a little bit below 48 and a little bit above 48. It's kind of like 48 was resistance back here and then kind of broke through, became support, and the 200-day is still climbing. So somewhere in this area, certainly worth watching for a potential bounce. And remember, I'm a day trader. Got in a little debate with somebody on StockTwits today. It's all about time frames. You know, people talk about, well, this is a junk company, this is a crap stock, whatever. I'm a day trader. I'm in cash every night, and I'm looking for ways to make money on intraday A-plus setups, but I'm always in cash by the closing bell. All right. So TJ Maxx is a decent setup for a snapback bounce tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, maybe not at all, right? It'll have to give us a clean setup. Now, Nvidia, NVDA, this was just 3 sessions ago, over $200. They came out with earnings. Obviously, earnings weren't great because it gapped down, and then today just fell apart even more. I'm going to pan out on the chart and see if there's an area that's kind of interesting. You could maybe argue that this pullback back here, but we're going all the way back over a year, right? You could argue that maybe this 140 area might be worth a shot for a bounce. Now, I don't look at this chart and say, hey, it's a great long setup, right? It's an ugly chart. It's broken. It is a former Wall Street darling and came out with probably extremely ugly earnings and guidance. But when everyone and their mother, when your neighbor and the school bus driver and the postman all start shorting something, a lot of times you can get a nice bounce, a little snapback bounce. So, you know, I don't have a spot. I don't look at this chart and say, oh, here's where I'm going to have a bid, but I am going to watch it trade. And if it gives a low risk setup, something that we teach in our course, it might be a decent play for a snapback bounce. All right. So remember, ugly chart, looking for a potential trade, may never happen. CVIA, I've been kind of keeping my eye on this one. Had this gap down 4 sessions ago, and then this big engulfing upside candle, and it's flagging ever since. So I do like this setup for a potential move higher. So I'm going to keep that one on watch. KOOL, keep in mind this is only a 46-cent stock, but had strong volume for this stock today. Came out of really nice support and closed strong. I'm going to have that one on a chart too. ANY had this big volume spike back here on, let's give you the date, November 14th. And excuse me, it went to 425 and then looked like it was going to round trip, but it's actually kind of holding up pretty well. Let's go to 15-minute candles. Kind of fell apart at the end of the day today, but here's that big spike, a lower high, another lower high. I tried to take out this lower high right here. It's putting in higher low, so it's kind of coiled. Maybe back through 3 on some volume tomorrow, something like that. I'll have to see how it sets up though, and it may not set up at all, but I am going to watch ANY. It's actually had kind of impressive relative strength in an ugly market. NBEV, oh man, this is one of those I put on the watch list, and then I look at the chart and I think to myself, does this belong on the watch list? And you know what? My quick answer, my short answer is no. All right, YECO had this 4.2 million shares. There's a lot of volume for this stock, and the range today was 486 to 752. That's a crazy move before settling in at 641. It didn't close as strong as I would have liked, but absolutely worth watching tomorrow with that kind of an intraday move. And then NIO, this is the one I highlight in the video on that results page where I show the entry. It actually gave two good setups today. Gave a nice red to green after the opening gap up too. Although I don't know if it was a gap up, but anyway, after the opening candle, I didn't catch that one, but I did catch that pullback play. Nice volume today, closing well off its highs, but it's been really strong in a weak tape, so I'm going to watch it again, although right now it's kind of far away from those moving averages down below, so probably not the best day to trade it tomorrow, but we'll see if it gives a setup. And I think that is it. Yep, that's the watch list. So, be careful trading this week. It's definitely lower volume. Don't bet the farm on anything, and make sure you're only trading A+ setups. I'm going to quit babbling, and we'll see everybody in chat tomorrow.